now. And as you were saying before, if we're living principle lifestyle, we're going deep into this thing. We're literally seeking to change our existence by changing, not necessarily changing everything we are, because some of us, or we might feel we're on the right path. However, how deep are we going to go? Are we going to continue to grow or be static? As the saying goes, if you don't, what is it? If you don't grow, if you're not growing, you're dying. As we head into a new year, brothers, we were thinking about this concept of resolution, and really, we were having a conversation amongst ourselves. Jimmy and I, we were thinking like it's every year we have these resolutions in terms of things we're seeking about doing now, and really, we were thinking about a new paradigm of thought in terms of New Year's principles, things we're seeking to be or continue to become, things that we can literally uh, allow a foundation to be a part of our lives in terms of being, so therefore we can do in a principled mindset, in a mindset that has structure to it. And so with that in mind, we want to talk about today, and what's been on mind today and recently, is this concept of New Year's principles. So Jimmy, what is this thing about New Year's principles?
Um, so, in contrast to, let's say, resolutions, um, resolutions are usually based on where we are in the moment that the new year is approaching, right? Um, and a new year principle is looking at, yes, where you are, but also where you want to be, um, overall, right? So not just where you are in this moment and where you want to be in this moment, but where you are in life at this moment and where you want to be in life. Let's say at the end, and what we've been speaking about is that a resolution don't take you to that place, right? What one need to do and create are principles. Life is governed by principles, scientific laws, the laws that we use to govern ourselves in the society. They are based on principles, and principles are timeless.
Yes.
They are timeless, and they don't age, right? And so when you establish a principled lifestyle, you are looking at your life currently, where it's at currently, and thinking about where you want to be, right? Overall, 10, 15, 20 years from now, and what principles are going to get you there. Um, Resolutions are not going to get you there. They're only going to take you but so far. To get to where you want to be, it requires one to develop a principled lifestyle.
Exactly. The concept of, like I said, where you want to be based on, like you said, who you are and how you're developing yourself. One of the biggest, I guess, resolutions for New Year's, something like that, is I want to lose weight. I want to go on a diet. But if we're seeking like a principled life, it would be the concept of I want to either become healthy or remain healthy or seek to be healthier, because that's where this concept of principled lifestyle, like you were just saying, like it goes beyond a certain time period. I think studies go, people, the whole gym membership stuff, people do a whole bunch of gym memberships beginning of the year and then it fades out within a month. However, if you're seeking to live a principled life and have a desire deeper than just a physical act, now it goes deeper in terms of what you're seeing for yourself. You're seeking to live healthy in all facets, whether it be the food, whether it be your thoughts, or anything of that ilk. It's deeper. So this concept of a principled lifestyle, it's saying, in my mind, what tenets, what foundations are we going to stand on as we can build not just into one day of next year or a month into next year, but continually throughout the many days that we might be blessed with in this existence called life. It's powerful. And of course, we come from a spiritual standpoint where the most we get our foundation, when we get our principles, is on a spiritual tip. It's on a godly tip, not necessarily a worldly tip. You know what I mean? Because it could be, hey, I want to get more money, I want to have a better job, but deeper than that, it's how do I appreciate and begin to manage the resources I have so that if I get more, or as I continue to get more, I can be a better steward of what the Most High has blessed me with. And that concept in terms of principles. If we're living a principled life, that means we're headed towards a godly life, a divine life, if you will. If I'm saying that correctly.
No, no, I think you are. And I was just thinking, like, so what's the difference between a resolution and a principle, right? So here you're saying, okay, January 1st coming up, I want to lose weight, right? That's a resolution versus I want to develop, maintain, or implement a healthy lifestyle, right? That's principle based,
Mhm.
right? And now what's the difference? um, the resolution is focusing on just one aspect, right? If you say now you want to live a principled life and you want to you want to develop a healthy lifestyle, maintain or implement a healthy lifestyle. Now, it's not narrow, right? In that you have to take a look at your life because a healthy lifestyle is just not centered around, let's say, exercising. That's one tenet of it. That's one aspect of it. But now you have to look at diet. You have to look at your mindset. You have to, so when you develop a principled lifestyle, you're taking an inventory of your whole life, right? To help you, to propel you to achieve that principle and to live out that principle. Because like a resolution, this is how they might be similar. It's not gonna happen right away, right? You're not going to say today, I want to develop a healthy lifestyle, and immediately you're living a healthy lifestyle. It's going to take time, it's going to take courage, and it's going to take the willpower to create a healthy habit, right? To create healthy habits. And so they're similar in that it requires you to push through and push past that roadblock that you're going to feel initially. But at the end, it's about revamping your life versus revamping an aspect of your life.
Yes, yes. And that revamping of life, it takes me to a scripture, Romans 12:2, where we can't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of our minds. And it says that you may test and discern what is the will of God. It's good, pleasing, and perfect will. So if we're going to seek to go from one aspect of our life that we're seeking to change or enhance, we can't do it with the same mindset. We can't do it with the same mindset, because if we do it with the same mindset, we're going to get caught up with the same trappings of the world, of our flesh, if you will, that's keeping us where we're at right now. And as you were saying before, if we're living principled lifestyle, we're going deep into this thing. We're literally seeking to change our existence by changing, not necessarily changing everything we are, because some of us, or we might feel we're on the right path. However, how deep are we going to go? Are we going to continue to grow or be static? As the saying goes, if you don't, what is it? If you don't grow, if you're not growing, you're dying. So how are we going to continue to move? And for those of us that know, hey, this ain't working out for me where I'm at right now. I can see where I'm at right now. I want better. I desire better. I seek better. Then that is definitely going to be a changing of your mind, a changing of the principles that you're rooted in right now to seek new principles, not caught up in the flesh, but caught up in the fruit of the spirit, as the word says. So we want to encourage your brothers and sisters that might be listening, like literally, changing our mindsets from the concept of a resolution, which is a declaration, hey, I'm going to do this, but more like a principled lifestyle. And as we go forward to 2024, we're here at Faith and Masculinity. We're going to continue to push forward in terms of principles that we can galvanize on and think about and begin to live on, so that we can continue to push forth, not in our New Year's resolutions, but in our new mental physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual way, and spiritual principled life.
So I think a good way for us to segue to the end is, what would be for you, O'Brien, a principle that you would like to implement for the new year and beyond?
One of the things I'm now on is the concept of recognizing, continuing to recognize when the Most High says that a moment, aka an assignment that I'm on, is done. So whether that's a work thing or a season thing, a person thing, a personal, a personal um, desire thing, when is that moment done and it's time to move on? When is this particular assignment done and it's time to move on so that continued growth in the spirit can happen? How about you?
Um, for me, it's to live a life based on acceptance, accepting the will of God.
Mm.
Um, and the best way for me to explain that is, I think I've come to realize that a lot of the conflicts, the internal conflicts that I feel or experience, is is a result of me not accepting what is in front of me. You know, me wanting to force circumstances to be what I want it to be. And I'm learning that through accepting the will of God, um, there's fruits and treasures in that acceptance, right? There are fruits and treasures in the moment, even the moments that I dislike. But in order to access those fruits and treasures, I have to first accept what is in front of me in order for me to move forward in a way that's productive and uplifting to my soul.
Man. And brothers, once again, we just want to, pray for you. Happy New Year as you go into the new year, 2024, but also Happy New Year's principles. So what are some of the principles that you're thinking about, brothers? Let us know in the comments in terms of what are you thinking about? What's something that the Spirit has put in your mind in terms of where you want to go in terms of who you seek to be and is existing now and moving forward.
And I think that's the point, right? Who you seek to be now and in the future, right? When you could see yourself as is, what man do you see yourself as? And that's the principles that you develop to help you get to that place, right? So it's about visualization too, visualizing who you want to be at the end, and you extract those principles that you see in that man to help you get there.
Join the conversation by sharing your thoughts in the comments.
Be well and be blessed.